See at the chat here. Okay, mic check, mic check.
Test, test, test.
Is there somebody here? I don't know. Test, test, test.
Test.
I don't see anybody. Oh, Jack. All right, can you hear us, Jack?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Oh, yeah, there is like 2-3 minutes delay, right?
Oh, wait, he
Loud and
said,
clear.
can hear you loud and clear. All right,
Okay,
perfect.
both me and Bill.
Oh, it's so weird. I'm wearing a blue coin hunt shirt with my blue background. Let's change my background.
Audio on both is good. Okay, guys, that's it. We're gonna go into the intro video, and I'll see you guys in 27 minutes.
You should be able to hear what Jeroen's saying, I think.
They should all be hearing what everybody's saying, I think. Let's see. Sound check. Everybody good?
Testing.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Illusion Weaver here.
Yeah.
I got the one and only Cuckoo Puss with me.
What's up, guys?
So today we are going to do our 6th Hunter's Lodge. I can't believe it's already 6th. So, one little update here. The plan is to do a little bit more frequent Hunter's Lodges, so they are not as dense and long as the last one. So this one is going to be a little shorter, but the plan is to have them more frequent. I think that's better for everybody. So let's get going. All right, here we go. Okay, first let's talk a little bit about the adventure road. We received a lot of feedback from you guys about this, which is excellent, and overall response has been very positive. But like we said in the beginning, this is just a work in progress. So the first batch of improvements have happened this week. I'll explain a little bit more detail about that soon. But and also we will continuously make improvements to Adventure Road going forward. So this is definitely far from finished, but we're going to make sure that everybody can enjoy this. So let's talk about some of the changes that we already made. Okay, so first of all, we made some changes that affect all players. One thing we did is every randomizer QBs, they will not get picked up anymore by the print random QB quests. If you have a common quest, like an easy quest, and it says print a missy, that's obviously not easy at all. So we decided to take out all the randomizers QBs from that quest. So that should be making it a little easier. And the same goes for QBs that can only be printed once. Like for example, the OG QB, the quest will never ask you to print an OG QB or any QB that where the blueprint is destroyed upon use. Okay. Another thing we did this week, we added 4 new quest types. I think you discovered a couple of them, but not all of them yet. So, it's always random, right? So maybe at the next reset, we will have a couple of new ones, but there are 4 new types of quests that have been activated this week, and more different types will be coming over time. So don't worry about that. Okay, and then a change for Adventure Pass players, people who purchase the Adventure Pass, they will get 10 extra Adventure Road points for each walking quest they complete. So if you do all 8 walking quests in a 24-hour cycle, you will get 80 additional Adventure Road points if you have purchased the Adventure Pass. This ties very nicely into the fact that we want people to move around since this is a geolocation game, so I think it makes total sense. This change will go live with the start of the December Adventure Road. So it's not live yet, but it will go active as soon as the December Road starts. And talking about the December Road, let's take a close look at the December Adventure Road. Here we go. So we already know, of course, the next cube is going to be the Sagittarius QB. So here's a little sneak preview about it. It's another achievement QB you can only get if you complete the road. The December road will have over 55 rewards. It will also feature a new display case, and it will feature a super cool new HQ skin. But I'm not going to spoil these ones yet. Okay, then let's talk a little bit about Coin Hunt Fest. So maybe some of you don't know yet, but we are going to host our first big event. Coin Hunt is a real life event in Las Vegas in March 11, 12 in so next year. And the event is going to be held at the Resorts World Las Vegas. Let me talk a little bit about this place. Resorts World Las Vegas is the latest mega resort that was opened on the Strip. It's really beautiful. It's really big, and that's where Covenant Fest will take place, and a lot of activities will be held during the event, both in the game and outside of the game. So if you can attend Covenant Fest, then you should absolutely do so. It's going to be pretty crazy. So we are working together with Resort World, and if you book rooms at the Resort World during this weekend, you will be able to get a discount. And not only that, you will also get a unique Resort World QB. It's an achievement QB you can only get if you actually book a room using our link at Resort World, and you will get some other in-game surprises as well we can't talk about yet. Um, the different rooms, they will be available starting next week, I believe. That's correct, Bill?
Yeah, we're waiting to get the link from them, but we expect to get it next week.
Yeah. So please, so hold off on booking your accommodations for Coin Hunt Fest, and please use the link once we provide it. It's super important to us, and we'll make. You're definitely not going to regret doing that.
And then
Uh,
just a
yeah.
comment about the days. So uh, March 11th is Saturday and March 12th is Sunday, and they're basically going to be full days. So we're going to start in the morning. There'll be coffee service and a little breakfast. We'll have sessions. We'll give everybody lunch, and then there will be hunting on with some new quests and activities that we're going to be introducing for the first time. And then in the evenings, we'll be getting everyone together for a cocktail, like very informal. Don't wear cocktail, attire or anything, but get everyone together, have a few drinks, socialize, and on Sunday there will be an award ceremony. So I would suggest, not planning to leave Sunday night, come and stay through Sunday morning or through Monday morning. And then we'll also do probably like some bonus quests and things for those who come in Friday night and leave Monday morning. So there'll still be a few fun things to go and do.
Yep. Yeah, and one thing I do not want to spoil anything. I really want this whole activities and event to be surprise for everybody. But one thing I can say, this is easily the coolest thing I ever worked on in my life. We are literally going to gamify an entire city. There's going to be one major quest line and four sub quests that take you all over the Las Vegas strips, doing all sorts of new activities that never been seen in Covenant World before. So it's really going to be something I don't think any game ever has gamified an entire city block like we did for this event. So if you're going to be there, it's going to be pretty cool. If you can't make it, don't stress out, because the plan is to keep the entire Vegas quest line, keep it active forever. So if you visit Vegas 2 years from now, you will be able to do the Vegas quest line. It's going to be a permanent addition to the QBverse, and that quest line is always going to be there in Vegas, and it's going to be really, really cool.
Yep. And Marlov, since you threw it out there, you're going to have to show up in your wedding suit.
Yep. All right, let's take a look a little bit in the future. What's coming this month? First of all, we're going to, in 2 weeks, I believe, we're going to activate a new improved referral system. I'll talk you guys through it a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see my pointer or not. I have a laser pointer here or something. Probably not. Anyway, so here's how it works. If you sign up as a new user, the first 7 days of your account, you will have an additional icon on your screen, and that icon is a referral icon. If you tap on that icon and you have not have a referral connection yet, it will explain to you what that means, but it will also explain that whoever is going to give you, whoever you're going to link up with, that person should be almost your mentor and should help you through your first steps in the game. This game is a lot deeper than it looks like it at first glance, and you might need some help. So the person that you add as your a referral is supposed to be somebody who helps you out through your initial steps in the game. So in order to do that, you can just fill in the name, in-game name of the player. Then that player will be connected as the referral link. And then as soon as you click here on that player's icon, a name and that player's active QB, it will take you to the profile page of that player where you can instantly see what their Discord is. So you will have an instant connection to whoever referral link you used. If you come into the game via a referral link, then this will already be filled in by the owner of that referral link. And if you don't do anything in the first 7 days, then the icon disappears and you can't add any new referrals anymore. So this should make it a lot easier to see if a person is already has a referrer or not, if you need to link it or not, and if it's linked, who is it and how can I contact that person.
So hopefully this will help out, because I know there's a lot of confusion as to like whether or not the referral worked. You'll be able to see pretty quickly once you bring somebody into the game whether the referral link worked. And if it didn't, you'll be able to fix it for them right away.
Yep. And so this will go live in like probably 2 weeks or so. Okay. What else? Well, this month we're also going to do a World Cup event. You know, for the Americans, the real football is the biggest sport in the world, and the World Cup is held every 4 years. It is literally the biggest sporting event in the world. So we had to do something. So what we're going to do is, for each match that gets played, but not right now, but once we get to the final 16, which is in a week from now, I believe. So every match is played. You will be able to predict who's going to win the match by equipping the QB of that country that you think is going to win at least 10 minutes before the official start time of the match. Then you just wear the QB, and whoever wins gets a reward. And you will get a reward for every match you predict correctly, from the final 16 all the way to the final. Of course, in order to do that, we're going to need a whole bunch of football QBs. In fact, we need 32 of them, because there's 32 countries that participate in the World Cup. So we created a new common randomizer blueprint with 32 equal outcomes that is fairly easy to print. Here they are, all 32. So if you're a QB collector, you have some work cut out for you. All right. Okay, so how do you print these QBs? You will have to purchase a blueprint from the shop. They will cost 2 greens like always. It's a common randomizer. Supply will be 100,000. It will be in the shop during the entire World Cup event, so from November 20 to December 19. And how do you, and in order to print them, you need a new resource called footballs. Footballs only drop from green vaults, and they will drop from the same time, November 21st to December 19. And the blueprint will be in the shop, and the footballs will start dropping from green vaults today at the reset time. All right, so let me give you a little example, right? Let's say we're in the final 16, and the next match is tomorrow, and it's USA versus England, and it's tomorrow 10 a.m. That's official starting time. So then you need to make sure that you have at least one of these two QBs. So you need to own either England or the USA QB. Then you need to think who's going to win this. Obviously, it's England. So, so then you just wear your England QB 10 minutes before the match starts. And then you watch the match and you just root for England to win. And if they do win and you had it right, then you'll get a reward later. Yeah. And we keep doing this for every match, all the way to the quarterfinals, all the way to the finals. So eventually there will be a final match with 2 countries, and then our community will probably have to choose. So let's say it's 50-50. Let's say half of our community thinks country A is going to win, half think country B is going to win. So you just make your bet before the match. You represent the country you think is going to win. Whoever wins at the end, that person will get the epic World Cup 2022 QB. We can't show this QB yet because it has not been built yet, because we don't know yet who's going to win. So only after we actually know who won the entire World Cup, we're going to start building the QB. And then once it's ready, everybody who had it right will get the blueprint mailed to them in their mailroom. Okay, that's how it's going to work. Forgetting anything? That's it, right?
No, I like this mechanism because it's really flexible. We can do these kinds of things for, like, say, March Madness. We could do it for the college football playoffs, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of ways that we can utilize this function. So we'd love for you guys to participate. I'm actually very curious as to who's going to watch the World Cup for the first time because of this contest. But I think it'll be a really fun event for everybody.
Yeah. So the best way to look at this is like an entirely new type of event that does not come with a quest chain and does not involve hunting like crazy to find blueprints. This is more tied into a real life event like the World Cup here. But obviously, with this mechanic that we have in the game right now, we can do that for a bunch of variety of other events. We can do that for NBA. We can do it for other sports. We can do it even for the Olympics or something next time. So we'll have that in our bag now, and we'll definitely run more of these types of events. If this one goes well, of course, but I think it will. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, what is coming in December? Obviously, as you already can see in my background, the Christmas event is around the corner. So it will run from December 21st to the 29th of December. And just like last year, it will allow you to transform your hunting grounds into a winter wonderland. We'll have 3 returning QBs, the elf, Santa, and the reindeer, Rudolph. And we'll have 5 new QBs. We'll have 1 new rare randomizer with 4 outcomes, and we'll have 1 epic. Let's take a look at what the new rare randomizer QB will be for Christmas. It is going to be an ugly Christmas sweater QB blueprint. It's a rare randomizer with 4 QBs, and I only want to spoil one of the 4, which is Jacob, who's wearing a fantastically ugly Christmas sweater. Okay. Okay. Then the epic blueprint I am not going to spoil, so we're going to keep that a surprise until it's actually Christmas. Okay, and then after the Christmas event is done, then we immediately go into the new year. And for the new year, we'll have a new achievement QB. So the New Year's QBs from now on will always be achievement QBs. They will not require resources to collect or a blueprint to get. So how do you get these QBs? It's very simple. You just need to play during either December 31st or January 1st and solve at least 1 vault in either of these 2 days. If you've done that, then you will earn the New Year 2023 QB, achievement QB. Okay. Right, now we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the future. So here things are going to get a little more vague because we're still building them. But this is what we have planned for like Q1 2023. All right. You want to take this slide, Bill?
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone knows we've been working super hard on this. And, we are super apologetic. It's taken forever. But we finally are at the last step to getting global exports done. So, I don't want to promise a specific date, but I think it's going to be very, very early in the new year. So that's what our target is right now. And then on top of that, we have something that's incredibly exciting as a secondary way for people to export
Don't
out of
spoil
the
it,
game.
Bill.
But we're not going to share that yet because the game mechanism for it is going to be like amazing. But I think there will be a we will do another Hunter's Lodge just to talk to you about what the next export mechanism is going to be and how it's going to get integrated into the game. But we're super excited about both of these things. So glad everyone's been patient. But export, like I can finally see the exports happening.
Yeah. It somebody's saying here that if your video quality is really low, then you can just change it in YouTube. Just click on the cogwheel there and increase the quality. I don't know why it's default so low. I don't know why that is. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere, but you can just up it to the maximum if you want to. So yeah, so we can't say much about this, details about this yet, because it's not December yet. All right, so release roadmap for 2023. In January, we are aiming to launch the first phase of structures, and I will talk a little bit more in detail about that after this. Then February, we should be able to at least have tagging in the test server, so we can start experimenting with that. March, of course, is all going to be about Coin Hunt Fest, and then towards April, we should be rolling out the phase 2 of the structures. So let's take a closer look at all of that. For structures phase 1, so what we're going to do in phase 1 is, instead of having you guys having to wait until the elaborate mechanism for adding structures to the game, where you want to add structures to the game, instead of waiting until that whole process is complete, which is a very big development work from our end. That's why it's taking so long. It's more complicated than you would think. But instead of waiting until that is finished, we decided we are going to start selling structures that are currently already in the game, that do not have to get built anymore. So you would literally bypass the entire building process, and you can start owning some of the things that are currently in the game right now. So the first thing we're going to start selling to players is we're going to start selling our green vaults. So if you want to own a green vault, you will be able to do that starting in January, but only in low numbers. So each country will have like a very small amount of green vaults that we will. You can pick any green vault, but there is going to be a maximum that we will sell, and then it closes down. But you will be able to purchase any green vault you want. It will cost you 1,000 crystal keys. You will own 5% kickback on all the green keys inserted in it, so including all the wrong answers. It will give the green vault a new kickback in keys. It will give the green vault a new look, and just like user vaults, on top of the green vault will your active QBB, so people will be able to recognize who is the owner of the green vaults. And if you purchase green vaults, you will also start earning builder leaderboard points. The builder leaderboard is going to also come very soon, shortly after New Year, which will be an entirely new leaderboard with different point system, more geared more towards the type of player that is a builder versus the hunter leaderboards that we have now.
Yeah, and this change, I think, as Jeroen says, because tagging is going to take a little while longer, and we wanted to experiment on a few things. Like one of the things we didn't want to do was overly complicate the system, try to anticipate every possible problem there was going to be, and then of course we know that as soon as we deploy it, it's not going to be perfect. Instead, this is a way for us to sort of dip our toes in, sell a few green vaults, understand how that changes the balance of the game, and then make small corrections. The other reason I like this is that our original plan was going to be to rip out the sushi, the existing sushi structures in the game, and then have everyone build net new ones. And instead, we could sell the existing sushi restaurants in the game, so those businesses that have where you've built some friendships and you've added into your regular routes, they don't lose that content. So someone in the neighborhood will be able to buy that sushi restaurant and own it. And then, of course, net new sushi restaurants will also come into the game as well.
Yeah, and also, so initially we will start by doing this for the existing green vaults. But I hear you guys. I know that there are regions, there are players that have like no green vaults around them whatsoever. In that case, we will probably come up with a system where you can make your case in the Discord map issues, make your case. And if it's correct what you're saying, and there is literally no green vault in miles and miles around you, you should be able to buy one, and we can place it there for you.
Yep. Oh, and then I think for the players in white tier countries, this will be blue vaults.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to buy a blue vault in your city, and of course the price will be scaled appropriately for that.
Yeah, blue vault should be 100 crystal keys. All right. Then after that, we are internally already working on this, but it still needs some extra work here. But tagging will be added to the game, and so that gray button on the menu bottom left will finally start working, and you will be able to go out and start tagging a variety of things in the Cubiverse, and so add POIs to the game, which will then later you will be able to build all these different types of structures on. And of course, tagging will also earn you small amounts of builder leaderboard points. And then in phase two, this is what we talked about in the previous Hunter's Lodge. So in phase two, then we should have the entire system where you can buy blueprints from the store for specific buildings, and then go out in the world and pick your spot where you want to build it on. And as long as the tag is compatible, like for example, if you buy a fountain blueprint and there is a fountain tag on a fountain in your local park, you will be able to walk up there and build a fountain in the game on top of the real fountain. That's how it's going to work. And there will be a wide variety of structures, all the way from white tier structures all the way up to red tier structures. And of course, the price will scale up accordingly. But much more details in a future Hunter's Lodge once we get closer to releasing this.
Yeah. And by the way, I see someone's made a comment about the use it or lose it thing. That may not, we may or may not be doing that. The reason we were strongly leaning towards use it or lose it was when user vaults were free, and players could place it anywhere, and monopolize the hottest spots in a bunch of different cities. We didn't want to allow players to do that, but so we're reconsidering whether or not use it or lose it will be a thing. So we'll have a better announcement for that, I think, in the future.
Yeah, so it works the same as user vault. So every 20 green keys that go in it, one green key gets delivered to your mail room. So obviously, and this is for long term. So if you own a green vault on New York's Times Square, obviously it's gonna bring in some nice keys for you. That's the plan. All right, guys. So this is the Hunter's Lodge 6. Let's reconvene in 10 minutes on Discord for the Q&A section. Thanks, everybody. See you there.